What's up, y'all? It's time for another wrap up because there was another tournament, obviously. Gwinnett Brawl's October monthly, which went down on the 12th. Went down at this place. Hey, we got a little bit of production, just a little bit though. It's a shot of the front, just from a different angle. This was another, average size tournament. It's kind of the standard affair as of lately, which is why one of the hot topics in the state has been: is the community dying? Is the community stagnant? So on and so forth. A lot of people actually went up to South Carolina for an event. More specifically, some of the Sam Show heads, Street Fighter players. Those are the two big pools. And so it was kind of noticeable in the results. But let's take a walk. See what I saw, what's been status quo clearly isn't too much, except for what I'm commentating, but hey, it be like that, you know. I clicked on Guilty Gear. Let me go back to Sam Show or Soul Calibur. I don't know if they didn't tell anybody to register or if this is like literally what happened, but this has really been the status quo for Soul Calibur lately. Like extremely low entrance. I've heard like all of the TOs, like GB, or I say TOs, all the Tourney series, GB plus 2 reboot. They're all like Soul Calibur's on the chopping block, which, as a person who goes and visibly sees who's there and who enters tournaments, this makes sense. But to know who plays the game in the state, it's somewhat sad to see. I mean, the PC thing for me to say is it's sad and depressing to see, but I mean, people are trying to host events and they're trying to allocate space and opportunities to people that they think would show up, but nothing happens. Because they could have just as easily given this to, as crazy as this is going to sound, like Dengeki or Melty, and some people would have been showing up for that to train for Climax at night. So the point being is, I will not be surprised if Soul Calibur is gone from all the like monthlies and stuff by the end of the year. And that's even in spite of the update coming. That's even in spite of the update. Moving on, Guilty Gear. What happened here? I actually have not even skimmed through these, so this will be a surprise to me. 3 entrants. One of them was Bafojig. There was no Zenzen. There was no Dot Nova. I haven't seen Dot Nova in a tournament in like ages, but this makes sense. These are 3 fairly dedicated people, or at least I know Bafojig and Lazy Guy are. I don't know so much about Falcon. He's just a name that's coming up to me because of Sam Show, but I'll just put these as 3 dedicated people that went in there and played some gear. So this makes sense. Under Night, I could click over this game, honestly. Scrott's been winning lately, so he's being consistent in a game that I will say that he will even say he doesn't care much for, which it's sad because, again, this is another scenario where there are some pretty strong Under Night players in the state, some pretty dedicated ones. That guy, Bolt Strike, but I can't think of the last time I've seen either one of them in public. This also makes me wonder if Azure Dragon, the Seth player from Plus 2, kind of makes me wonder if he actually knows about GB. Because that's another hot topic that's been with me and Coach lately. Just publicity. So, something I'll have to check on. TLDR, status quo, under Night, from what I see. And I'll keep on moving. DOA. Alright, now, I didn't watch DOA. Well, I technically watched like a little bit of it while I was sitting down killing myself with Taco Bell. But for all intents and purposes, I didn't watch DOA. I don't know DOA. Aside from Dre Gamester, aka Black White Boy, I don't know anybody who actually plays DOA. Scrot swears up and down he loves it, but I never see him play it anymore. But somebody during GB said, wow, I'm surprised that there are 10 people playing DOA. And I looked at him and I said, that shouldn't be a surprise at all. The thing is, DOA is one of those games where the people who play it don't play anything else. Or if they do, they're completely unnotable in anything else. Like, I could be wrong, but I want to say, like, of these 10 people, the only one that stands out in anything else is Dre Gamester, right? So unless you play DOA in any capacity, or unless you interact with these people for whatever reason, it doesn't register in your mind. Because, I mean, you don't play the game. But there are people who play it. And there's, like, a healthy amount of people for the size of the tournament. So, yeah, it doesn't really surprise me that DOA had 10 people. They've been fairly consistent between GB and +2, from what I've seen. Now, again, I haven't been watching them like hawks, but I've noticed that they're there. Since I haven't been watching them too closely, like, these results, don't ask me about that, but they playing. They playing. BB Tag. I watched a good bit of it. It sounds like I'm a Super Scrot fanboy, but he was playing Heart, which is very relevant to me right now. So I watched a couple of his games. I didn't watch him play Fame, sadly, which is one thing I really wanted to look at. But, yeah, I was chilling with some people. Oh, there is a funny moment. I wish I would have took a picture of this for the gallery. But, Tectal and Nitro Noodles, when they pulled up, because they got there right before the tournament started. And yeah, I'm going to put this out there because this was just so great. So, Dap Vip is sitting there taking he's closing registration for the tournament right when they walk in. And, you know, Dap Vip being a TO that he is like, come on, guys, we need more people to enter, you know, trying to see if we can get a full bracket. And Tectal is bluntly asking, how many people are there right now? He says 5. And Dap Vip was like, he says 5. Are you going to enter? Tectal says, hell nah, and walks off. I don't blame him. I don't blame him because this is a concept that gets lost on a lot of people. Like, the common man is like, oh, you don't want to support the scene. You don't want to add money to the pot, knowing that you would probably win it, which Tectal would be very liable to win it. But if his whole MO was to grind for Climax, which it was, he doesn't have to enter a tournament to do it. He literally sat down with his setup and he played just as long. Well, technically longer, but he played just as long as he would have entering the tournament. So that's the thing. That's the thing. He was looking out for his best interest, his own interest, which you can't fault him for that. It was just a really funny episode. For the sake of this is Hakumen Merkava. I don't think he played any Narukami Jin. It feels like a rarity to see him play that team at all. Weiss Hart. What did he play the most of? I didn't watch a whole lot of Lao. And if you don't know Lao Ping, he plays mainly Yosuke, Narukami, and Wald. I know I saw him play Yosuke Wald. I know I saw him play all 3 versions, right? I saw him play Yosuke Wald. I saw him play Yosuke Narukami, I think. And I know I saw him play Narukami Wald at some point. That might have been casuals, but I know I saw him play all 3 over the weekend. Sonaido. Oh, jeez. I don't know what he played in tournament, but I know he was practicing Yang Ruby. And then Ty Noon was playing, he's playing some awkward team. It was like Blake Uzuriha, I think. Blake Uzuriha, that sounds about right. Yeah, BB tag. Let's see. Skip. Dragon Ball. Didn't watch. Dragon Ball at GB. Understood rule. I don't go over there. LOL. I did see Jazz there. Jazz walked in, slapped his setup down, plopped his ass in the chair. Was like, I'm playing Dragon Ball. Clearly, he played Dragon Ball. I guess something I should point out about this is there were some technical difficulties with the stream. I'm not going to go into details about it because I ain't trying to put that kind of business out there. But there was technical difficulties with the stream. So everything that was streamed through Pokechop's channel. And if you don't want to throw him the $5 to watch the VOD on Twitch, he already has it up on YouTube. He's a lot better than I realized with doing that. So you can catch the whole stream archive there. And he streamed DOA. He did Sam Show. Obviously he did Tekken. It would have been a crime if he didn't. And he did Street Fighter. But there was no Dragon Ball that was streamed that I saw. Yeah, Dragon Ball happened. Cool. Next. Mortal Kombat. I caught a little bit of this. I actually didn't know there were 8 people in this. Especially at GB, because, you know, nobody in this state plays Mortal Kombat. I didn't see Ty Noon play Pokechop, but I heard the details about it from Sonido, because apparently Pokechop played Terminator for the first game and mopped the floor with him. And then Ty Noon beat him in the second game. And then they played the Aaron Black mirror, quote unquote the mirror, in game 3. Pokechop clearly had to win because he went on to Grands. And in Grands, he played some Terminator. He played some Cetrion, whatever her name is. I don't remember. Zoning Elemental chick. I would swear he played a third character and then he played Aaron Black. But he might have just went Aaron Black. And the thing that actually made Chop pretty upset was he finished he got match point, like the last hit, with the Barking Iron Dynamite Brutality, which is not the most straightforward thing to hit. It's not as insane as Chop was trying to make it out to be. I'll be honest, but it's not the easiest thing in the world to do. And yeah, for anybody who apparently has never watched the stream or see him play, yeah, he plays Barking Iron instead of I think it's 52 card pickup. He plays the command throw one instead of like all the cool gun and acid stuff, because nobody plays it. Moving on, Street Fighter. So again, this is one of the games that was heavily affected by people going to South Carolina, as you could probably tell just looking at the results and being like, yo, what happened? Alex Blanca player, one of the GB Weekly crew, took a pretty solid grand finals over Chop. It was the only thing they streamed. Let me think real quick. I shouldn't be thinking in the VOD, but let me think. I don't remember seeing Milo play Street Fighter. So yeah, it was Alex versus Urian, and it was wild and scrambly. That's the nice way to put it. But Street Fighter was played. All right. So skip number 1, Tekken. And I should have been going like back and forth through my videos or my photos, because I took a good amount of pictures of the Tekken players. Actually, I sat and watched a decent amount of Tekken. Status quo. Shouldn't surprise you. Poke chops there. No speed kicks. No Anakin. Speed kicks is... He was streaming from somewhere in the Midwest this morning. I think Anakin's still stuck in Japan. Even though I haven't seen Anakin at a local in ages. The other contender that I'd like to put some light on, that I'm going to put some light on, is Turk Easy. Which, Turk is somebody who can beat Chop and has beat him a couple times. But Turk wasn't here. Because Turk won Atlanta Battle Opera. And he won a trip to the Red Bull Conquest in, I believe it's in Houston. Not to be confused with Houston, which is the county I live in, haha. But in Houston. And I know he made top 8. I didn't see the end result of that. Need to check that. Big ups to Turk. But the point is, like, nobody there was really going to put a contest to Chop, so he stood up in the middle of the last game of Grands while he was beating Dragnon, and, he kind of won. Dragnon, Dragunov player. I'm trying to think if he played anybody else. He played a lot of Dragunov. It was kind of funny, because Dragnon and Rel, the way they carry on, I'm pretty sure they play a lot. They're training buddies or something. You could almost convince me they were like brothers or cousins. But yeah, that was a pretty good top 3. It was a pretty good top. This is what I saw. Top 6. I didn't see any of these two. We ain't talking about that guy. I didn't see any of this guy. But yeah, Whack Dash, Nito, Geo, Rel, Dragnon, Poke Chop. I saw a good amount of them playing. And I sat and talked to Shinku R for a while. Let's talk Tekken. It was pretty good. And then Samurai Showdown. Oh boy. Where do I start? I guess I start with that which was streamed, which was top 3. And the winners finals was Nexonitis and Milo. And it was a pretty... I think it was a pretty good index case of how both of them function normally. Like, Nexonitis won winners finals. Spoiler alert. Gotcha. He won winners finals. But when you watch it, it looks like it makes sense if you know Milo. Like, I'm not going to sit here and say I know a whole lot about Nexonitis. I really don't. But I have a pretty decent understanding of how Milo fundamentally operates. And not just in Sam Show, but I mean just universally, which roughly means Street Fighter. And a lot of it was him just forcing the issue and getting shut down time and time again. And then he came down here and played against this guy, Negaman, from, I think he's from Bama. He's from not Georgia. Watch me be horribly wrong. And that was great. Because apparently Nega played Ukyo for the first time in tournament. Was up 2-0 against Milo, right? And then Milo decided he wanted to play Nexonitis again. So he went back 3 straight. It was a rough 3 straight, but 3 straight. And he came back and he met Nex in Grands. And if you ever wanted to see what adaptation looks like, if you ever wanted to see like just a stark contrast of gameplay between like a winners finals and a grand finals, those 2 sets are a pretty good example. Because like my grand finals Milo looked a whole lot different than winners finals Milo. And then the reset, let's not talk about the reset. Because it wasn't a reset, it was self-destruction. It was interesting. But yeah, that was the Sam show. But what I do have to show, and again, I was really bad on this, I need to practice this next time, is my good old photo gallery. I guess it's more for the people who like never go and never seen. It's like, man, who are these people you're talking about? And like, what does this place look like? Wasteland Games. Got who's over here? Dap Vip and Musa, Skeletal Minion. Lao Ping was over here playing some BB tag. I just took a lot of random pictures. Oh, Echo. Took a lot of like professional quality pictures, I would say, like real high quality pictures. I'll try to see if I can find I'll see if he even wants his album on here. But yeah, he took a lot of good pictures. Who else we got? This guy. We ain't talking about this guy. Korean Panda. It was surprising to see Big Boy here. Haven't seen Big Boy in quite a few months. Good to know he's still doing well. Dez, Nito, McPanther. What else we got? And this was Dragnon and Rel. This wasn't the losers finals. I can't remember if they got double jeopardy, but that wasn't the losers finals. And that is American Whack Dash and Poke Chop. This is Dragnon and Rel again. So this is the losers finals. And then Whack Dash after he imploded and Gio just lit the fuse under him, and that boy, whoo, whoo. Yeah, he was fuming for a while. You got Dez, McPanther, Shin QR. They're talking to good Tekken and Poke Chop, man in his stream. Another shot of that. I think that should be it. Let me check this. I'm not trying to scroll too far. I got a few more. Why do I have a few more? Because that's another one of losers finals. Oh no, I have this picture. Yeah, the end of. You can even see this, right? He's already shaking his head on the KO screen, so you knew he was up and gone at this point. But yeah, he stood up like right after Ready Fight. Yeah, that was GB. The October Gwinnett Brawl Monthly from the 12th, 10/12/19. And that wraps it up for that. Catch you next time.